Hi, this is Frank Warren and you're watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law. And with me via Zoom, I'm delighted to be joined by the Central Area Super Middleweight Champion, Callum Simpson, 10-0, undefeated, arguably one of the most exciting prospects coming out of Yorkshire today. Callum, good afternoon, mate. How are you doing?
Hi, mate. Good afternoon to you as well. I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you for asking. Very, very strong Yorkshire accent there you've got. Callum,
You reckon?
yeah, 100%. Listen, I've got a few people I know from Yorkshire, and I've got to say that's a very strong Yorkshire accent. But nonetheless, Callum, first of all, you're scheduled to feature on the Boxer card in Manchester in a few weeks' time. Talk to me about training camp preparation. How's everything coming along for the fight?
Everything's going great, mate. Obviously, I was straight into camp after I come back from Canada sparring. So I've been getting some good sparring out there. And then I come back about 9 weeks before, and they told me the date straight away, to be honest, before I even officially got announced. But I had a date in mind, and then just went straight into camp. Been having some great sparring leading up to this, training hard as I always do. And everything's going well, mate. I'm feeling sharp, feeling fit, and good to go.
Talk to me about the fight itself. Has there been an opponent announced? Do you know who you'll be taking on?
Yeah, I think I've just got a poster through as a notification. Then it's I believe his name is Kelso Reves, I think it is, or Neves. Yeah, sorry, Kelso Neves. He was laughed out in December against Felix Cash. Went 8 rounds to point decision to Felix. He was a Swedish super middleweight champion. So he's a decent guy, to be fair. So I'm looking forward to that fight. It'd be a good step up for me.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be good to see you feature on a big card such as the Akoli versus light undercard, and it's definitely an opportunity for you to showcase your skills on fight night. It is a big card, like I said. Just talk to me about the decision with teaming up with Sky Sports and Box On. What have you made of their progression since they've sort of moved away from Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, and how do you feel as if they've progressed over the last sort of 18 months?
Yeah, so it's I first heard of Boxer when they were doing the Boxer tournaments. And I was actually looking to do one last year, but I was told that I was too good on my. I didn't risk. I didn't have to take. There were too much potential there for me to even take it. So I was looking to do one of them tournaments. But yeah, obviously Boxers been doing really well the past few years, and obviously since Matchroom's left Sky, obviously Boxers got the contract, and I think they're doing wicked. They're doing great. Obviously they've got a lot of Olympian signings. They've got some great signings, and I'm sure they'll have a very good future with them.
I mean, it's the next sort of 18 months is going to be really exciting for any British fighter, especially someone within like yourself that's in the position that you are. You hold a respectable belt. You're still undefeated. I take it the plans within the next sort of 6 to 12, 18 months is going to be get a few more fights under your belt. And can we really expect after that for you to push for perhaps the Commonwealth or the British title?
I don't think it'll be that long, to be honest, mate. I don't think it'll be 18 months. I think by the end of this year, I want an English at least, and then the start of next year, I want to be looking at a British Commonwealth title, 100%. I know that I think Zach Chelly's got this English at the minute, but he's been made manager to fight Mark Heffron for that. So if I can get a fight after this fight for the English against someone like Jermaine Brown or someone else in the top 10 or top 20 for an eliminator for the British, I'll be well up for that. And obviously that's a fight that I'd want, 100%. There's no reason I've been training well. I believe in myself, so there's no reason for me to be waiting 18 months to try and challenge for these titles.
It's an exciting division, especially domestic-wise. You mentioned Zach Chelly, who just beat Anthony Sims Jr. was probably his career biggest win. You've also got Mark Heffron, Jermaine Brown's there, Zach Parker as well, who's coming off a defeat against John Ryder, who's now put himself in line to fight Canelo next.
Yeah.
Few wins, you could perhaps potentially see yourself not far off from someone like a Canelo, but it's obviously step by step at the moment with the position that you're in your career. But when would you ideally start looking towards the European and the world level stage?
European maybe in the next year, start the year after. Like I said, obviously I want English this year, British Commonwealth, start middle of next year, and then push on to European. So there's no everyone that I sparred that, like I said, some of the names you mentioned, I believe I'm better than them all, to be honest. But obviously, all I need now is this fight, the ring craft experience under the bright lights, and yeah, that's what I want to get in. That's why I'm with boxing now, and they're going to get the opportunities. If I didn't want to push on, I wanted to sign with boxer. I would have stayed on smaller shows. But you know, I want to sign with boxer. I don't just want to fight journeyman. I want real fights, I want proper fights, and I feel like that's what boxing's lacking at the minute, proper fights, and that's what I want to try and bring.
Well, it's an exciting time, but it's a division that's ruled by Canelo. He is the current undisputed.
Yeah.
We do expect him to fight John Ryder next. But after that, what do you think Canelo does? Can you expect him to sort of go back for a rematch with Bivol, or do you think he stays at 168 pounds to look to continue the division?
I would have thought he'd try and get the rematch with Bivol. It's a fight he could potentially win. Obviously, I think Bivol will beat him, but it's not like he's got no chance in the fight. But I think he'll probably try and get the rematch, to be honest.
Okay, well, we've got to pick your brain now on some current topics in boxing. I want to get your thoughts on the current Conor Benn situation. Obviously, done an interview with Piers Morgan the other day. You know, he's claimed that he's innocent. There's still a lot of things going on with the British Boxing Board of Control. What do you make of the whole situation right now, Callum?
Money talks, doesn't it? That's what it looks like anyway. But yeah, I've not watched the interview with Piers Morgan. I've not really seen I'm not only the stuff on Twitter you see on Twitter, Instagram and stuff, but only he knows the truth. We can all speculate, we can all have his own opinions and beliefs, but at the end of the day, he's the only one that knows if he has taken anything or if it is something accidental might in the system. But yeah, there's a few things that don't add up to both against the result, and you can argue both ways all day. Like obviously, I know there's some inconsistency with the testing that we had. Like why was some of the testing passed and why was some failed? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with it. But so yeah, you can be all day trying to like argue both sides, but only he knows the truth. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of rumours about Conor Benn's next fight potentially against Manny Pacquiao, the 44-year-old Manny Pacquiao, former 8th division champion. I mean, given the fact that with Manny, with what he's proved in boxing and what he's given to the sport, is that something you'd want to see Manny Pacquiao do? Get in the ring with a young Conor Benn?
No. I don't. There's no for me. As a fan, it's not a fight I want to see. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao's 44 now. Yeah, he was an elite champion and he'll go down as a legend, but that's just a pointless fight. But obviously, Conor Benn, if he wins, it'll be a good name, but a very, very big name. But at the end of the day, it's 44. It's way past it, and it seems like a stupid fight, to be honest, mate.
The guy that you're working under, Ben Shalom, he claims that we should get an announcement next week for the rematch between Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, it's a rematch everybody wants to see, given by what happened in the first fight. Callum, what do you think happens in that rematch? Do you think it's a repeat, or can you see Chris Eubank Jr. sort of, righting the wrong and perhaps maybe beating Liam Smith this time?
I don't know, mate, to be honest, because it's even the last fight, for me, it was 50-50. I didn't know. Obviously, I know Eubank had come off a few good wins. Obviously, the Liam Williams win, and I forgot what else he'd beat before that. But yeah, he was coming off a few good wins, and Smith obviously moving up. So obviously Smith's again an elite level fighter. So it was a very 50-50 fight. And again, you don't know, it's boxing. Anything can happen, and I think no one expected him to. With the fourth, he beat him in, stop him in the fourth.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone really expected that that early anyway. Maybe someone expected it later on, but yeah, anything could happen there, mate. Anything at all.
Well, hopefully we get an announcement at some point next week.
Yeah, it'll be a big fight anyway. It'll be a massive fight. I was ringside the one in Manchester where the atmosphere unbelievable, wicked. Yeah.
Well, hopefully this time maybe it goes to somewhere like Anfield in Liam Smith's backyard, and it'll be
better.
Callum, before I let you go, when we talk about Yorkshire and in boxing, everybody mentions the famous Ingles Gym and how well the city of Sheffield has done, giving us the likes of Prince Nassim and Johnny Nelson. But what does it mean for you representing your hometown in Barnsley, and just how confident are you're going to get to the very top in boxing?
It means a lot to me representing Barnsley. Like my amateur gym, I've been at since I was 9, that were called Barnsley Star. So I've had like 50 amateur fights where when they announce they say from Barnsley Star, and obviously with the weighing it's from Barnsley. So it means a lot to me being representing my town and in my county, Yorkshire, especially South Yorkshire as well. Obviously, I've grown up watching Telbrook at Sheffield Arena. Your kid Galahad, I've seen like AJ there a few times, and obviously more recently Josh Warrington you know, some really good fighters out of Yorkshire, and obviously I want to carry on that. I don't think we've had a world champion in Barnsley, but I want to bring a world title fight to Oakwell, Barnsley FC's stadium. So yeah, I can see that happening in a few years, definitely.
I mean, Yorkshire is a cracking place for boxing right now. You know, you've got the likes of Josh Warrington. You know, you've got all the fighters from the Ingles gym that have come, you know, so far in boxing, and that put Yorkshire on the map. You know, I mean, what do you put it down to, the reason of success, why Yorkshire's been so successful in boxing over the past sort of 10 years, 10 to 15 years?
I'm not sure, to be honest, mate. I don't know. I think it's just I think boxing's mainly been like a working class man sport, and I think you're not getting more working class than Yorkshire. So, but yeah, I think that we're just hard men. I must say, and women. I must say what it is. But yeah, obviously you got Dalton Smith as well from Sheffield coming through now. Is making waves in with Sheffield. You've got a few other lads from Leeds. Corey O'Regan should be on a matchroom show coming up. Is a Leeds lad as well. Yeah, there's plenty of names locally, mate, that are going to be coming through the next couple of months. Well, next year, next couple of months as well. Yeah.
Well, we definitely look forward to keeping an eye on you. We'll definitely be looking forward to catching up with you during fight week in Manchester. Callum, thank you very much for your time. Once again, best of luck in your next fight coming up in a few weeks. And we look forward to speaking to you once you get that W come fight night.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate your time. Cheers.
Callum Simpson, thank you for talking to us.